All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who grew well, and much love and salutation to the Akim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. This is Brother Osh from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. I'm just going to go through the spirit, concerning Babylon the Great. All right. Burning with, Trump just passed his order, flag burning order, and then you got Edomites. The Edomites, those the disgruntled MAGA supporters, they're the ones doing it. They're the ones that have been burning flags recently. And I seen a video today earlier, some dude in front of the White House after Trump signed this order. Nigga, he threw the Edomite dude. Well, he looked like an Edomite anyway, disgruntled, and then he just started burning the flag right there in front of the White House. Ended up getting arrested. So, just linking that with these flags. As these flags burn, guess what? That's how America's gonna go out. All right, with fire. Let's go to the real quick before I play that video. I got a couple videos I want to bring out here. Malachi 4 and 1. All right. And this is Malachi 4 and 1 in the King James Version. It says, "For behold, that the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud," all right, don't they say proud Americans, proud to be Americans? Well, America is the proudest place on the earth. Yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh, by Shemi Shai of hosts, that they shall leave them neither root nor branch. So they all butthurt about the flag being burned. Hell, America is going to be burned via thermonuclear missiles. Okay, so let's just hear a little bit of this, then we'll continue.
One aimed at punishing anyone who burns the American flag.
The people in this country don't want to see our American flag burned and spit.
Well, it's your ex supporters, the MAGA people that are doing it. There's all videos all over the internet of Edomites that voted for this devil burning the flags, burning his hats, burning the MAGA attire. So it ain't niggas and spics burning it. It's you Edomites. Well, again, they look like Edomites, but most likely they are. Because they're the patriotic, Edomites. They love America. America first.
The president said that flag burning incites riots and that those who do so would face a year in jail. A 1989 Supreme Court ruling found that flag burning is protected under the First Amendment. Trump also signed an order aimed at eliminating cashless bail. That's the practice of releasing criminal suspects without a monetary payment. Also today...
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that was the point on this video. All right, but so they all, got their panties in a bunch because people are burning flag. Well, this is the division you've created. All right, the Lord has put the spirit on the Egyptian against Egyptian, all right, pursuant to Isaiah 19. Okay, but now it's time. The main point of it is now it's time for this country to go down in flames, figuratively and physically and spiritually. Okay, America's going down in flames, and how is it going to go down? Well, the thermonuclear missiles. Okay, Isaiah 66. You see all the things going on in the world right now with wars and rumors of wars. We're getting very close to the end. Okay, the mark of the beast is coming soon. It's Isaiah 66 and 15. "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. And for by fire, and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, judge." All right, my Shabbat. Okay, with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Go to the word there, plead, Shabbat. Okay, he's the judge. The Lord's about to judge you proud ass Americans. Don't let Trump, get. You think Trump's going to judge you for burning the flag? Well, the Lord is going to, like we read in Malachi 4 and 1, bring the day that's going to burn as an oven. Okay, the Lord is bringing a fire upon America. Okay, let's go to this next video because we as I read these scriptures. You know what? Let me do this so I can read the scriptures while these videos play. Okay, the next video I got queued up here is how is it gonna go down. Oh, let me mute it. Hold on. And this is fair use, fair use. So this video is just gonna go into the different missile capabilities that are currently active. Okay, the ICBMs, which are spoken about in the scriptures. Okay, so first let me while that let me let that load real quick. Let me get to something real quick in the apocrypha as we see these animations, because this is, you know, fuck the hell with the flags. This is the what you got to be, the weapons of his indignation is what you need to be worried about. Okay, that the Lord's finna send to Babylon the Great, all right, aka America. So lock, yep. All right, because that's what the Lord's bringing. All right, his sword, the arrows. So let me get second. I'll just get it on second Ezra 16. Like that. All right, this is second. So like, yeah. Second Ezra 16. Just pulling it up on the computer. Give me a second so I can read it as they play this. So I think this is the video. Yeah, they're gonna show the five most powerful ones, I believe, in this video. The five most powerful, yep, nuclear weapons. All right, and look at, and dead last is America. Okay, the United States. Let me see if I can sharpen that. I hope you can see it good on the screen. Yeah, you should be good. All right. So this is second Ezra 16, and started verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, all right, America and Asia, right? With the other side of the world. It goes the B-2 bombers that they've recently used that carry these warheads or these nuclear missile. Woe be unto the Egypt and Syria, gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. So the destruction of America is at hand. Okay, and this is what's gonna do it, and it's gonna go on to China's nukes and Russia's nukes, which blow these out the water, which they're gonna be the ones to come to America. What they're gonna show you here. It says, verse 3, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? See, when these missiles come, there ain't gonna be no turning them back. They're gonna. That's why they have the dead man switch, because it's neutral. Get that. Hey, that's gonna be Lord's will. That's gonna be the elect looking down. Okay, watching this go down. All right. The sea mingle with glass in the book of Revelation. The lake of fire. That's America. It says, verse 4, 2nd Ezra 16:4, a fire is set among you, and who may quench it? Yeah, there's no quenching this fire. This is nuclear destruction. Okay, a day like no other. It's never in the face of history, anywhere on the face of the earth, has this kind of nuclear capabilities been possible. The closest thing to it was Sodom and Gomorrah, right? But now the Lord's going to have these things, because those just specifically that fire mingle with hailstone that rained down, that only destroyed 5 cities. One of Russia's Satan II warheads will destroy the size of Texas. Okay, and they're just this is still America's nukes. Wait till they show the devastation that Satan II can do, and Satan 1. Don't forget about Satan and and Satan 2, because they got and they're two of the most powerful nukes on the planet, both owned by Russia. All right, and these nukes I'm specifically talking about the RS-28, which is Satan 2. Okay, the Satan 2 burns hotter than the sun, and that core, that fireball radius, is going to burn hotter than the sun. Okay, so the one they're showing now, B-83, is the China's, which they will shoot their missiles upon America too. Back in 2nd Ezra 16:5, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May a man drive away hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. And what are the arrows? These are the arrows right here. And again, the ultimate arrow we're going to get to later into the video. All right. There you go. You see the little, those are the arrows, the ICBMs. Okay. These aren't they got to be put on planes to drop. What we talking about, what the scripture's talking about here are ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Verse 7 again. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath. There you go. That's going to be the fire that cometh forth from the wrath. And who is he that may quench it? See, these is what we talking about. And this one's the trident. Another one I think is from America. If I'm not mistaken, they'll show it here. Look at that. These are weapons of mass destruction. They worried about burning flags. You need to be worried about these missiles. Look at this. Compared to a human. This trident. SLBM. Some ballistic missile. US and the UK. All right. Verse 10. He shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea riseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And there goes the teeth that do hurt, right? The warheads, as you read in the book of Revelation. All right, it says, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof are also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. What is the bow? The silos, all right, whether it's silos, now they got subs that could shoot missiles. Today or yesterday, Russia just launched a nuclear armed, all right, with hypersonic missiles, nuclear hypersonic missiles warship. They just launched that the other day. This is what the archer is sending. As we just read, it says, or who is he? For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow, right? Because these are intercontinental missiles. They go from one end of the earth to the other. It says his arrows that he shooteth. Here's the arrows. But this is one of America's. But and this when's this video from? 9 months ago. So it's gonna be back and forth missiles, all right, but chiefly coming from this side of the earth towards America. It says his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. See, the missiles that these nations shoot aren't gonna miss America, all right? They won't be stopped. They won't be intercepted. It says when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So nuclear destruction, all right, will come upon America. Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And that's what they're showing you, how these intercontinental ballistic missiles, they go up into the atmosphere, right? And then they come down, the warheads detach, and then they come back upon the earth. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. That's talking about here in Babylon the Great. See, this is going to be a scene in America. Well, maybe across the world, there's still going to be things standing. But America, everything from coast to coast, the land will become desolate. Okay? Verse 16, like as an arrow is shot, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. So this is what's coming to America. Okay? Thermonuclear missiles. So I think the next one they're going to show is the, let's see, another Chinese one, or India maybe. Let's go. This was the DF-5C. Okay. This one is the ICBM. Now we're getting, look at the massive size of this compared to the Poseidon the America got, or the Trident. This is another Chinese one, almost as big as the Statue of Liberty. This is intercontinental, and look at that. Okay. These are the things that are coming to America. Let's go to Isaiah. Look at that. There goes the arrow that we just read about. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 13. And this is coming. This is coming in a day not too far off. All right, Isaiah 13 and start at verse 4. The noise of a multitude of the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms, like yeah, of the tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh, Hashem Yahshua hosts muster the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So what's going to destroy the whole land? The weapons of his indignation. They're coming from a far land. Okay? They're going to come from China. They're going to come from Russia. They're going to come from Europe, because even America's own allies are going to turn on America. Okay? They're going to come from whatever nation got them. They're going to shoot them. And then whatever nations Russia give them to. Okay? Earlier this month, Russia was talking about sending the Orshanek missiles to Venezuela. So, hey, the Ezekiel 38 is in full effect, right? Well, it's happening. I'll say that. Prophecy is being fulfilled, and the end of America is here. It's the laughing stock of the earth, right? The weak saying they're strong, but America, they're going to go out guns blazing. And this is going to be the scene here. Boom. Gonna be a flash, and then the men of the Lord are gonna be called up into heaven. All right, the servants of the Lord, the elect, will be called up into heaven, while people are gonna have to be down here in America to experience this, while we watch it from the chariots. It says, verse 13, Isaiah, and that's just the fire blast, the immediate death. And guess what? They're gonna stand, their tongues, their eyes gonna melt away, dissolve as they stand upon their feet. But you're gonna still be tormented. The scriptures say you're gonna be tormented. And how you ain't gonna immediately die. The scriptures say as they stand upon their feet, that means you're still gonna be alive and standing while you get tormented. At the heat that's burning hotter than the sun. Isaiah 13 and 6, howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. See, this is why they're not shooting these missiles yet, because this is reserved for the day of the Lord, the judgment of the day of the Lord. Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at other. Their faces shall be flames. Yeah, because these missiles all ain't gonna hit all at the same exact time. You're gonna see missiles in DC, then maybe Atlanta, and then so on and so forth. So people are gonna start feeling these things throughout America until a missile reaches to them. It says, verse 9, Isaiah 13 and 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, and to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. This is the Satan, all right. R36, Russia. These are old too. This is old tech. The Satan 2 Sarma RS-28 is the new technology. This is old, and you best believe they still gonna shoot those too. Okay. Does it say the megatons? No, it doesn't. But look how big that is. These are the weapons of his indignation that we read about. Okay? Simple, very simple to understand if the Spirit of the Lord is working with you. While all these people trying to be Christians and biblical, now that everyone's a biblical expert, well, why don't you break these missiles down, huh? Because there ain't people talking about this currently on the news. This got to be in the Bible somewhere. Well, we're reading it to you. Isaiah 34 and I'll start at verse 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation, then we just read that, the weapons of his indignation. Look at that. This is the Satan one. The first one here is what the little man and fat boy did. All right. The atomic bombs. Look how much bigger the mushroom clouds, them scrolls, right? Which you can read down in this chapter. Well, I'll keep it there. Look how much Satan won. The Satan R36 is greater than the atomic bombs they drop on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua is upon all nations. Even though America's going to be wiped off the face of the earth in the place of great judgment, the Lord is bringing indignation upon this whole earth. If you haven't noticed, it's already begun. All right. The judgment has, or the Lord has begun to visit the earth. It says, in his fury upon all their armies, because, right, when this is happening, or, before we get delivered, there's going to be a war in heaven, and the Lord's going to fight against the beast and his armies and the kings and their armies. It says, upon all their armies, he hath utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. Yeah, because remember, if World War III is going to be full-fledged when the Lord returns. There's going to be dead bodies everywhere. Then the Lord's going to return to zap people, right? Their armies. That we read in Isaiah 66. And then the final destruction, the weapons of indignation. It says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Okay? As a scroll. And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, right here. That's Idumea. That's the Lord's sword coming down upon Idumea. That's going to roll the heavens as a scroll. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. This is going to become reality very soon. Okay? And there's nothing that can stop these intercontinental ballistic missiles. And wait till we get to the last one, the Satan 2, which is hypersonic. All right. What was the point on that? Well, I'll keep reading. The sword. Get a good. This is why I wanted to play these videos. Get it so you can get a good. We through the fear of the Lord we persuade men. You want to go through this? It says the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood, and it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, which is America, spiritually, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Casualties unknown. You understand yet what's coming? This is a great slaughter in the land of Idumea in Isaiah 34 and 6. Look at that. And it ain't gonna be no damn San Francisco bridge standing when this comes. The Lord's gonna make a swift destruction of this place, a speedy riddance. Verse 7, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust made fat with fatness, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Right, because you got to remember, the Lord's gonna deliver his elect in the midst of all this mass death. And here's the big boy, the RS-28, Satan 2, as big as the Statue of Liberty. But remember, this is the propulsion system, and then up here is where the warheads are. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get something right here real quick. Before I keep going. This is Revelation 9 and 19. For the powers is in their mouth. This is the mouth. And in their tails, the tails is the propulsion system. That's where the power's at, because the propulsion system, right? 3 stages. Stage 1, detach. Stage 2, detach. And then stage 1 detaches. And then the warheads themselves have propulsion systems, and they're hypersonic. And they got guidance systems. It says, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, the warheads, and with them they do hurt. And boy, oh boy, they will hurt. Because you what? The Revelation 14, 9 through 10, you're going to be tormented by them. And we're seeing, this is just an animation, of course, but we're seeing, what the capabilities of these things. All right. Go to 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 3. See, all these people trying to debate and go on podcasts and trying to still debate whether we're Israelites and waste our time. We don't have time to be wasted. We're here to prophesy of this. Okay, we're dealing with prophecy. The spirit of Yahweh is a spirit of prophecy. All right, you can go debate somewhere else. Go on YouTube and debate a podcasters. We're not podcasters. We're prophets. Debate these missiles. How about that? Isaiah 39 and or look at 2 Peter's chapter 3 verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to us. We're not willing that any should perish, but that all should come back to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, right? Because the scriptures say, as in the days of Noah, people's gonna be eating and drinking. Even though there's gonna be world war, there's still people are still gonna be living life on this planet, going about their business, going to work, using their chip at the grocery store. It says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with the great noise. This was going to cause a great noise. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Look at that. That's what's going to come one day. Hypersonic. You're not even going to get. By the time you find out they on the way, it's already too late. They're going to tell you to shelter in place, go into a bathroom and find the closest shelter. You ain't going to have time to do shit. You know what we gonna be doing? We gonna be praising Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and waiting on them chariots to deliver us out of this. That's where our faith is gonna be in. While people are bugging the hell out, what are you gonna do? Look how much bigger this one is compared. This mushroom cloud compared to the little man and fat boy, and this is Mount Everest, what they're using for comparison. Look at that. Satan 1, Satan 2. And then this one right here is China. This is what's coming to America. Hence the title of the video. All right. Babylon will be burnt with nuclear destruction. I believe that's what I titled it. But let's keep going. Seeing 2 Peter 3 and 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? What kind of life are you living? And there goes the teeth, the warheads. Well, what kind of life are you living? What are you doing for the Lord? Are you walking upright? Are you walking in the spirit? You got Israelites, know they're Israelites, and just want to be on YouTube debating niggas on podcasts or want to make a name for themselves. Well, this is what's coming for you. If you don't want to put Yahweh Bashim Yahushai first and foremost and above all, glorify him, magnify and praise his true, holy, and powerful names, this is what you got waiting for you. Verse 12, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire. This is what it's talking about. The heavens going to be on fire. Let me just let it play. Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. See, we're going to get a sky view of it, an aerial view, while you people are going to get a front row seat. You wicked, all right? 2/3 of our people, the rebellious of our people, and then everybody else living in America, heathens. All right, that's is probably gonna be unknown again. Watch, and this is just one warhead. Okay, this is what one warhead can do, and you know that Bessemer destruction is gonna go farther than that. This is just calculations. They haven't fully tested this out yet. These are just theories. You know the Lord gonna put his spirit on this. The Lord's gonna full-fledged put his spirit on these things. Because again, why? Because again, Esau's just these are just theories and assumptions, calculations, proximity or approximations. He don't fucking know. He hasn't tested one to this fullest capabilities. Because why? These things would cause earthquakes. Okay? The scriptures say the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Trust me, you're going to know when them nukes hit. Even if you don't see it immediately, you're going to know. And then shortly after, a missile is going to blow up near you. Okay? Look at that. That's going to be that Bessemer destruction, the wind. That's how far. If it hits in New York, you're going to feel it down in Atlanta. You might not catch the fire right away, because another missile's coming for this area, but you're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord from that one warhead. Look how far everybody around here is definitely gonna feel it. Windows gonna be busted out, but you down here, you gonna know. And then another one here, and then another one there, and then one here. Boom, boom, boom. It's gonna be a overkill. All right, but rightfully so. The Lord's gonna do overkill for the iniquity have reached unto heavens. All right. This is let's see here. Let me see, find something real quick. Okay. Well, I'll skip down first, but I'll start at the top. This is Jeremiah, not the top, but Jeremiah 50 and verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon." Right here, this is Babylon, an assembly of great nations from the north country, Russia, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows. Let's go back. Did they show them? Okay. Okay, it'll show it again. Their arrows shall be as mighty expert men, none shall return in vain. There's the arrows. And they got one way ticket. And Chaldea shall be a spoil, and all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. Let me jump down to verse 22, Jeremiah 50 and 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Okay, sound of battle is in the land, and sound of battle is in the land of great destruction. And what's gonna bring it? Ooh, perfect stop. What's gonna bring this? The weapons of his indignation. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Right here. That's what's gonna make America desolate amongst the nation. These missiles. Okay. Russia, China, and that's America's missiles. Which, who knows, the Lord will probably put the spirit on these warheads to come right back to America. The Lord can do whatever he wants. This ain't Esau's weaponry. I don't care what kind of technology, AI they put in them. The Lord will override all that. Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee. See, he said, oh, I got missiles. Woohoo. That's a snare. And thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware, which, also missiles were going to hit Israel, the state of Israel. Some may hit in Russia and other parts, but chiefly these warheads, these missiles, ICBMs, nuclear missiles, atomic missiles, whatever people got is going to be shot. And the main target is going to be America. It says, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware, thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord hath opened up his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. So this is the will of the Lord. The Lord is going to bring these things. All right? The Lord is going to bring this nuclear destruction. The heavens rolling like a scroll. Okay? This is how America is going to be burned up. Let's go to another. What's the next one? Russia's nuclear Sarmat. This is the Sarmat 1. It's just a little animation, quick animation. Hold on. See, they got submarine with nuclear capabilities. And again, Russia just deployed. They just set sail with warships that have hypersonic nukes on them now. Just the other day. Or earlier today, yesterday, something like that. These ain't no joke, man. They go to warheads, and they do hurt, like we read earlier. And there's no escaping these except through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. If you're here on the soils of America, you can't escape that. This is what awaits you, unless you serve the Lord. No matter how much money you got, what goodies you got stored up. See, that's how it's going to go down, warhead after warhead, and then just the end of America. This is the Sarmat. This is the Satan 2. RS-28. Just another quick animation. This is Zephaniah 1 and 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. The Lord's going to make a speedy riddance. It's going to be easy work. Easy work. And this is the bow, the silos that we read earlier. And there ain't no stopping it. You can't stop these things. All right? Putin's going to be sitting up there somewhere. Or if they kill him, it's going to be the dead man switch. It's just going to go off. All right? See? This is like the falling the figs. But again, the Lord's going to deliver his elect. Okay? When all hell and missiles are raining upon Babylon, the Lord is going to gather his elect from the four corners of the earth. This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Nobody has ever seen the capabilities of these missiles. Okay? No, never in history have nuclear destruction been used. And it's already begun. Jacob's trouble, right, is initiated. And at the end of it will be this. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay? For the elect's sake. The Lord's going to do this. But again, he's going to deliver his elect from this catastrophic, uncomparable destruction that's coming. I'll jump down to verse 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, right? Because when this is going down, the chariots of the Lord are going to be here. All right? Yahweh Shai is going to be here with his the great fathership, the size of a mountain, as Ezra described. Verse 31, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So the elect's going to be delivered and taken off this planet, okay? Because again, the earth is going to be in shambles. The whole earth is going. Even if you're in Botswana or in Thailand, all right, or Argentina, wherever the hell you are, you're going to feel some kind of impact. You're going to feel the earth reeling to and fro, okay? Things are going to, the world will change that very day. And you're seeing it. These are just animations, but this is what's going to happen. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Now the point is, the earth is going to reel to and fro from that right there. Them thermonuclear missiles. All right? That'll be the last thing you see before you're burnt to a crisp. If you don't get right. And if you take that chip, you guarantee the front row seat for that. This is pause it right there. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. So you're going to be tormented by these things. It ain't going to be over. It's going to be painful. You're going to be tormented. You will not enjoy this, and it will not be over quick. Like they said in 300. The dude, right before he ravished the woman, he told This will not be over quick. You will not enjoy it. You will not enjoy this. I guarantee. You're gonna be tormented, tortured. Okay, and leading up to this is gonna be tormenting you, both physically and spiritually. The time of Jacob's trouble is gonna torment people, leading up to the ultimate tormenting, which is these thermonuclear missiles, the weapons of his indignation. So, hey, Lord's will, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Much love to the elected Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, repent for the kingdom of heaven's at hand. Shalom.